I think the biggest problem for the average internet user is apathy, mixed with a lack of interest in how to stay secure online. The one of the biggest problems I see with consumers and their security on the internet is they're afraid to experiment with computers. They think they might break something, and that's a problem because you never learn that way. Most people learn about security when they have to, when something goes wrong. So I would say the greatest threat to the most persistent and greatest threat that we see today are information stealing keystroke logging programs that are embedded in almost every piece of malware out there. The greatest threat to the security of the user is the keylogger threat, but also the fact that very few users are prepared to have a problem like this, and when they do, they don't know what to do, and they think, well, antivirus is going to detect this bad stuff, and more often than not, it doesn't. And so they're left in a kind of a pickle there because they think they're protected. They're not usually. And when there is a problem, they think that a lot of times the antivirus is going to fix the problem for them. Sometimes it does, just as often it doesn't. And I'm going to shorten my answer by saying I think a lot of this could be, a lot of the misery that internet users suffer could be ameliorated or lessened if they were prepared. And a big way of being prepared for security disasters is to have a backup plan. Very, very few people do. I would say greater automation. There's a lively community of hackers that are building tools that used to require a lot of skill to break into someplace, leave behind a back door, steal the data. Now most of this is automated, so it's to the point where almost every aspect of computer crime has been automated, and there's a service that you can buy or subscribe to that will allow you to basically point and click hacking is what it is. I see that being having a gangbuster future. There are no shortage of very smart people writing these programs, and I think, yeah, that's. I'm not sure how it will affect the security of the user. One thing seems clear, and that is the use of cloud technologies appropriately puts the emphasis where it belongs, which is on the data, right? Too many organizations and individuals think about security as putting up bigger walls around their systems, and that's a losing battle. Because you put up a big wall, they just parachute in behind the walls, What is most important is focusing on what data is most valuable and protecting that, and being very aware of where it goes, who has access to it, and when it's been compromised. So in that sense, I think I think cloud technologies, it's kind of a buzzword, but the positive aspect of it is that it does tend to put the focus where it belongs, which is on the data. I'm not a cloud computing expert, but I think that the more protection, the better. The limited experience I've had in looking at the cloud security technologies suggests that they are a nice addition to other technologies that people may use or rely upon for their security. Are they mature at this point for protecting internet users and companies alone? I don't think so. There's a tremendous amount of growth there. I think leveraging the wisdom of crowds, crowdsourcing about the latest threats out there is very, very promising technology. And it'll be interesting to see where it goes.